Hi, I'm Katie and I'm with Amanda Jenner, our Channel Mum potty training expert. Well, we have covered nearly everything. Pooing, getting ready for school, the equipment you might need, and looking out for the signs of when your child is ready to actually start potty training. There's one more thing that we haven't done yet. Isn't that right, Amanda? I'm wondering whether we can guess what it could possibly be. Perhaps the duvet might give it away.
Yes, I think we've got to cover the nighttime toilet training.
We do.
Say to parents, they always say, when can we start doing nighttime toilet training? And I always say, do not do this until they're fully toilet trained in the day. They have to have dry nappies in the day before you even contemplate starting nighttime toilet training.
So nighttime's the one time where we are still allowed to use nappies?
Yes, because obviously if we ditch the nappies in the day and then also whisk them off at night, there's too much for them to be able to cope with. So the pull-up, pull-down nappies that you can use at night are still very good to use whilst you're nighttime training.
Are there any signals or anything that we can do to help them with their nighttime potty training?
Well, it's when they're ready. You know, there's nothing, we can't change that. So when they're showing the signs that they're ready, so the drier periods and they're waking up and they're dry, you know, that's great. It's their body, you know, we have to listen to their body.
So where on earth do we start with this one?
We need to reduce the liquids at least 1 hour before bedtime. This also includes reducing fruits because fruits are 80% liquid as well. Then we need to sit them on the potty or the toilet before they go to bed. Try and keep them on the potty or the toilet for that little bit longer just before you put them to bed. Distract them, talk to them, or even read the storybook to them while they're on the potty. We need them to empty their bladders fully. A soft night light is very important, so we need to light up a small area. If they're on a potty still, we need to leave the potty in the room where they are. Children don't like the dark, so they're not going to get up in the middle of the night and wander down the hallway to find a toilet, and they don't have very much warning, so a soft night light. And if you're going straight to toilet, we need to leave a soft light on for them in the toilet so they actually know where they're going. If you find that the child is waking up in the morning still absolutely drenched, I always recommend before you go to bed is to try and lift them onto the potty or the toilet. Don't talk to them, just do it and then put them straight back to bed. More often they just fall straight back to sleep.
Okay, so actually physically move them to the bathroom.
That's if you're finding that you're having lots of nighttime accident.
Is there anything particular else that we could be doing to help them?
Definitely get a mattress protector because the last thing you want to do is create a massive hoo-ha in the middle of the night. You're tired, Dad's tired, and you know they've wet the bed. Always have spare bedding ready and have lots of it. But definitely a mattress protector because we don't want the whole mattress having to come off and then the whole house is awake and it's a big drama. If they're still waking up, they're wet through, the pyjamas are wet and everything, they might not quite be ready to start it. So don't rush it. Let them be dry in the day for a couple of months and then move on to the night time. We just have to stay patient, they're learning. So nighttime isn't easy.
Now you've talked about rewards for wheeze, you've talked about having a separate reward for poos. Should we then have a new reward chart that's purely about nighttime?
Yeah, I do believe that, you know, this is another step in the toilet training journey. So very simple and that's what they
just
love.
a dangling carrot really, isn't it?
Yes, basically. Yeah.
So you mentioned actually having a potty in the room at night. So we should have one next to their bed, should we?
If you're choosing the potty when you start the toilet training journey and they're familiar with that potty and they've been using it for weeks, then put it in the room. If it's in the bathroom, they have more accidents because they're too scared to get out of bed and walk to the toilet. So put it in the room. Only put it in there for a few weeks, just until we start noticing they're drier and they're not having accidents. And then you can move it into the bathroom or move them to the toilet. But let's help them with their journey by having it there ready for them.
So what age do you recommend that children should be dry at night?
Well, we've seen quite a huge increase of children sort of 4 to 7 still having accidents. So, you know, what I want to say to parents out there is don't worry if you're one of those people. You know, nighttime toilet training is difficult and it does take a little bit longer. But if you're really concerned and you've got a 7-year-old who's, you know, wetting the bed a lot, then you can always speak to the school nurse because obviously the health visitors stop when they start school, but the school nurse is always there and she will point you to a clinic or into the, you know, to go and see the right person. You can always contact me on the support group and I can see if I can help you or point you in the right direction.
Sleepovers might be an issue for some parents. Maybe they've got school trips and brownie camps and things like that, or maybe just a friend that's desperate for them to have a sleepover and they want to go, but they're not quite toilet trained. What do we do?
I always try and get the friend to come to their house. So, you know, the mum and dad are sort of, they know how to deal with it, and you can actually disguise it a little bit. But we don't want our children to be isolated from their friends. And also, it's like, you know, it's teaching them that they're different, and we don't want them to feel like that, because that can delay nighttime toilet training even further. But if they are, you just need to let the teachers know quietly, you know, if they're going on a brownie camp or cubs or whatever they're doing, just let them know, you know, they do have accidents. Please make sure that they don't drink too much before bed. You know, make sure they go to the toilet, send lots of spare clothes, but don't stop them. You know, it's all part of growing up.
Well, thank you so much, Amanda, for all your fantastic tips and knowledge and helping everybody out there on their potty training journey. That's the end of our potty training course here at Channel Mum, but if you haven't seen them all, please do catch up with them, the link's below. And while you're there, please do have a little look at the Channel Mum support group, because you can actually ask Amanda questions in there too, or you can speak to other mums and dads who might be having some issues with their potty training journey, or you might just want to share some funny stories. And while we're at it, add your comments below as well.